All right, YouTube, this is 2 Cent back with my 2 cents on Octopath Traveler. And wow, did we get a really huge news drop tonight via the Twitter. Let's get into it. All right, so it's been about 20 minutes since they dropped this tweet out. Greetings, travelers. In an attempt to make Octopath Traveler more enjoyable, we are planning to adjust the stats and skills of certain characters. This will result in future characters in the global version having different stats and skills from the Japanese version. For one, off the cuff here, right off the beginning of this, I am super glad they told us before they put the unit out. This is, I think, a step in a very good direction. So right off the cuff, I want to say thank you, team, for realizing that we're all using all of the data from the Japanese side of the game, and you wanted to make sure that we knew prior to the release of a unit. So definitely a really nice kind of thing there, because my fear would have been, if you would have done this, that you would have done it the day after the unit was released, and we would have to deal with that whole issue there. So thank you for telling us before the unit came out. So before anybody else gets any of their other feelings out, or I say anything else that might be negative potentially about this, let us just thank them and praise them for the fact that it came before a banner drop for this unit. So this is really interesting, and I'm kind of, I don't know, in a way, we have been leaning on the future, sort of possible units to be coming out and saying, okay, we want to save for this unit, or we can go ahead and pass on this one. We have kind of the semblance of idea of a meta that has kind of developed in the Japanese server, and since the game was essentially the exact same, it's just that we were getting a different order of when those units were coming out. We kind of knew the meta was going to be shaking out to about the same between the two of them, just kind of depending on when those units got released. So this is going to be a very interesting change, to say the least. We won't be able to, for one, like pre-guides on units, totally gone. Like at that point, all I know would be doing is giving out known information that would be wrong. So there will no longer be pre-dropped preview guides where we're talking about should you pull on a unit until we actually have the information of what's being changed in the kit. There is also a notice in-game that dropped. Let's pull that up and take a look at it. All right, so here's directly from in-game here. Hello, Octopath Traveler. Here's the dev team. Once again, they're just kind of telling us we want to make sure that we enjoy the game in a wider variety of characters, which means that they're going to make some tuning adjustments to the skills and the stats of certain characters that will be released in future guiding lights. So one thing that we can kind of take from both of these, the Twitter post and this post, is they're not looking to adjust the currently released characters. They're looking to make adjustments to the ones they're going to be bringing out. As a general rule, these adjustments will be improvements compared to the Japanese version of the game. So this was going to be a big thing, and before I seen this in-game notice, I was kind of worried because there's a lot of talk that Cyrus is going to be coming out here soon, and I was worried that they were going to make some adjustments to Cyrus's kit, effectively maybe taking away an element or something like that. But no, that does not seem like that is what they're planning on doing, which I think is overall a great thing. Don't nerf units that are coming out. Just bump up the other ones until they have like a closer sort of meta use than some of these other units that we keep talking about. So this is what one thing I really like here so far. From what they've been presenting, I am very pleased with these changes. So we'll have to see on a case-by-case basis what gets put in, what gets changed, what gets taken out of a kit, because if they're going to put something in, they're going to have to take something out. So, but I really like seeing this, that hey, we're going to change things. They will definitely be different, but as a rule of thumb, they will be improved compared to their Japanese counterparts. So this is great. Now, on to this next part, which is going to give us a little bit of information too for this week. For example, we're planning to release Lionel in the next update with several different skills. And starting with Lionel, we will also be sharing details on these adjusted characters alongside the updates that they are released in. So we hope to look forward to hearing more. So that's pretty neat. And it seems like with that if they're going to give the details on it alongside the updates that they're released in, that we're not going to be getting the information on what's been changed until that reunit actually is released into the game. So if Lionel is coming out on Wednesday, then we won't actually know until Wednesday morning. So basically what this is going to do is all of us who made videos prior and trying to kind of get the word out on whether we thought a unit was good or bad or whatever, it just means we have to wait until Wednesday. So if you're one of those people who like to kind of get the impression of other people prior to pulling on a unit, you're just going to have to wait a little bit longer on that. What I have seen too is that they're letting us know like a day or two early, or at least 24 hours early, about who the unit is coming out. So, like here we already know who the next unit is, but I mean, here's a look at his kit from what it was in JP. So that doesn't help anybody anymore. I mean, I guess what would be nice to see is, hey, we can take a look at this and say, we hope that they'll do this or that to the kit to kind of make it, more, useful. Lionel I think came out in January of 2021, so roughly 3-4 months, I guess, from the release of the game. So still we'd be getting him sooner than what they had got it on the JP version. And kind of looking at these skills here, I mean, I don't know. I've never heard anything great about this unit as being meta over there. But heck, if looking at it, I'd like to see some more shield break out of it. I don't know. It's another sword user, another warrior, and I feel like we've gotten a ton of those, and so I know a lot of people are kind of already packed up on the amount of them anyway. So I'm not sure how well, even with the adjustments to his kit, I'm just not sure how many out there are going to be, wanting to pull from anyway. But the crazy thing about it, and somewhat of the good thing about it, is we don't know. We won't know until Wednesday whether or not we think this unit is going to be future-proof, kind of stand the test of time, what kind of position he's going to have inside of the meta as a whole. So, all right, this is crazy. They just put out the trailer as well just before I was uploading this video, and we're seeing that he's got some of his new moves here, which is a trifold sword, triple attack that has a defense down, and a triple ice attack. So that is actually really cool. I know we were just talking about getting some shield break, but at least we know these kind of a couple extra things about him before he comes out here. I don't know, kind of let me know what your thoughts are down below. Do you hate this change? Do you love this change? Right now, I'm feeling very good about it. But, I understand the other kind of point of view too, is it was nice knowing, okay, this is a unit to save for, this is a unit to save for, and you could kind of like pre-build your team and then kind of plan your rubies. As somebody like me who basically is just going to save up into collab and kind of pull on some of the collab characters I like, and do one or two steps of step-ups along the way, I'm kind of just pulling units that are in the general pool anyhow. So I don't typically go real hard on a brand new banner that's coming anyway, and so some of these changes might just be really nice for those who are kind of playing with that kind of mentality. But this also could mean that they're going to have changes to, the collab units for sure. They're probably going to get adjusted. One thing I don't want to see is I don't want to see characters being reduced down. I don't want to see Cyrus being touched at all. I don't want to see A2 being touched at all. I definitely hope that they're adjusting and bringing up all the other characters. Maybe this will make 9S and 2B a little bit better, things like that. But I also worry if we do too much kind of adjusting up, is that going to give people more full teams that are going to be more powerful and more impactful earlier, and then we're going to have content that seems like it's easier than it should be, because I definitely still want us to have some sort of challenges out there. I don't know. Let me know what you think down below. And that's been my 2 cents.